Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Omega M Home TV. Tuesday night games, MotherShip, another bug hunt. Tonight, we're going to we're going to start the adventure with. Hang on, I got double micings going here. Sorry. We're going to start. We have, if you want to bring up the board, Omega.
Okay.
And we have our crew has split the party. And as some of you may know, we have Sergeant Valdez joining the party today, Epsilon, to take over the Hog Squad leader, Sergeant Valdez. But we find our crew, with several of them, in the reactor core, having just abseiled down the cooling tower and entering the main reactor center, where they found the remnants of Siege Squad sitting atop the reactor core in much panic and disarray. We also have Dr. Jonathan Anderson, who is essentially over on this part of the Heron terraforming station, and he had followed Dr. Edom, the leader of Team Study, to the lab area. We're going to rewind a little on that scene from where we started last week to sort of capture you back in the drama. But so as the Dr. Edom and Dr. Jonathan Anderson make their way towards the labs, they take an elevator down. They enter into a hallway, and I am going to share a bit of a map with you here. And they enter into this hallway, and this hallway coming off the elevator is just so full of this cacophonous sound of water rushing and turbines. You know you're directly behind the turbine area for this large terraforming nuclear reactor power generator. And on this walk, um, in the elevator, Dr. Edom is answering your questions. He seems a little defensive, like, maybe not all in the know, although he is technically the second highest ranking officer on the duty roster. But tells you how he and Dr. Ziegler were trying to analyze the Clark's DNA sequence with his assistance from the AI Hinton. Dr. Ziegler had made an attempt to retrieve the data, and uh, Edom thought that he must be dead because Sergeant Valdez had denied anyone from leaving the hangar once the carts really started attacking the base, and they had sent the crew down, the siege crew down to the reactor. Um, he tells you that he has to, at all costs, get this information for the company. The company will not, stop without it. So as you walk past that first door, he says that's the entrance into the tumblers, and you want to stay away from there because it's loud and it's just so dirty in there, and they put the algae cultures right through those tumblers to terraform through the river. They spill them over the tumblers, but he brings you back to this door here, uh, above the door that's labeled six. And you guys go into there and you see it's like you know, very similar to the lab you saw at the other location. Um, there's all kinds of geo-analysis, chemical labs, and environmental systems. It all queers almost quiet, abandoned, like work's been left unfinished. You see test tubes that are, boiling, and you see, the smell of, you know, uh, astringent smelling chemicals, and you can see all this stuff in there, and you see, you hear the up here. You also hear a hydro reactor status terminal. You see it on the screen there. It's blinking, and it says how the hydro reactor cooling system is being overloaded. Manually engage flood controls to prevent shutdown. And this warning is flashing across this computer screen. And in this room, you also see a rather large industrial airlock, and I'm gonna show you that as well. Um, and he says we have to get in there. This is the cryo vaults back there, and this is the labs back there. Ziegler was working back there as well, and he attempts to use his card, uh, and he gets an error message. And the error message, he's like, "What? This is impossible." And he says, Hinton, Hinton must have changed the code. So
The
you
Android?
guys get,
The
yeah,
Android changed the code?
that's what he thinks, because he suspects that Ziegler's either in the labs, or has somehow disappeared. But one of these guys, he's not sure, but his immediate suspicion, and you've heard some scuttlebutt among the other members of the surviving colonists, that there's been some suspicion around Hinton. You had heard that, and maybe even on the way down, Edom had related how Hinton keeps taking off on little adventures. Either he's down in the reactor or he's up in the northern mountains, and so this door isn't opening. But he's like, "We got to get in there. Can you pick the lock, or can you break in?"
I'm pretty sure that I can hack the lock. Yeah, I'm quite good with computers and AI.
You know what?
Is this down in the reactor room?
No, this is in the lab.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
I will attempt to hack the lock, which is I don't particularly want to. But
So why don't you throw me an intellect roll with your plus 15 hacking? So you're looking at 68. You're looking for 68 or under, sir. Stat save roll.
Like a corporeal person, or is it like a ship AI or a station AI?
He's a corporeal person.
yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
When you said AI, my mind was like, yes, your friendly neighborhood station AI, but no, that's a person. That's a whole person.
Hal is not aboard. And
Mother.
I see that you failed that roll and
Yep.
critically failed it.
Ooh,
Yep.
You say that.
computer blows up in his face.
So, so it appears that I mean, I'm seeing smoke and the smell of maybe a little ozone as there's some electrical short circuiting and you're hacking. How do you see that crit rolling out there, my friend?
I was like, damn, the thing blows up, and I'm like, damn it. Well, I like rip the card reader off. Maybe I can do it the old-fashioned way. I
The
really don't
hillbilly
want to.
way.
I really don't want to roll again, but
You need to take a stress for that last one, sir, as well,
all
and
right.
roll me a 1d8, we'll say.
Plus Claudius.
1d8.
Yeah.
Here he is.
So as you break that alarm, you start hearing another alarm going off. It's like an intrusion alarm, and you do get the door open, and you enter into a clean room. It seems to be split by a glass partition. Hang on, I'm going to bring this up for you differently. Um, and this is certainly a different set of room where you're in this forward chamber, and it's split by a glass partition, and in the back you see behind that glass door, it appears like in the very back you can't really see him too well, but you see the back of Ziegler, and he seems to be performing some experiment. I mean, and Edom says, that's Ziegler. He's still alive. He's still alive. And
Well, let's go see what he's doing then, if he's still alive.
so as you walk up to that door, you're going to see this sort of video monitor to the clean room, so you can discuss without and within with the person in there. There's no one in the viewfinder. In fact, um, it just appears blank, and you're pushing a button, and Edom's pushing and says, Ziegler, Dr. Ziegler, Dr. Ziegler, Dr. Ziegler. And you're looking and you're looking and you're hollering, you're not getting no attention. And all of a sudden, Ziegler pops in the screen. And you see Ziegler there. And he says to you, leave me, leave me here. And you see that he's holding all over the room behind him and such. You see that there's vials of what appear to be hydrofluoric acid, and you see there's like chemical synthesis equipment as well, like real heavy equipment there to sort of synthesize these chemicals into some useful thing you're trying to do. You see in the back behind Ziegler, you see there's another locked door, and Edom says to you, Dr. John Anderson, he says, I gotta get in there. I have to get the samples. I gotta get the DNA samples out of there. We gotta get in there. And what do
Is
you
this
want
the
to do?
research that you're looking for? What's in there with him?
Oh,
He doesn't look really stable at this point in time.
no, he's certainly infected. Look, he's got the cuts all over him, but he's still talking. I have to get in there. I gotta get it. There's some research on that other room, and he points to like some of the stuff
Yeah,
you
what?
guys walk past, and you see uh, some folders, and you see research, and you're as a scientist, you're able to pretty much just know what this is. You see a doxyrubicin research on that doxyrubicin and on combining doxyrubicin with hydrofluoric acid, um, and you know that doxyrubicin is a historical chemotherapy agent that's used to kill cancers. And I mean, you braze through the work as he's banging and trying to get things that Ziegler's attention. But as you're looking through that, he appears as if he's going to try and enter that room, and he takes he takes his key card and he tries it on this door as well. And as you're looking at the journal and the paperwork, he opens that door and rushes past Ziegler in the clean room, and you see him attempting to go into another chamber. What do you want to do?
Oh, what is Ziegler doing?
Ziegler just appears to be a sort of a bit out of it, maybe we'll say. He seems to be gesticulating a bit. He's holding up a rather large beaker size a bottle of. You see, you take a quick glance, and I mean, it just looks like water, right? But you see the chemical labeling on it, and you know that that's a hydrofluoric acid in that tube again. And he's got a little a little tweaker bottle, and he's dripping stuff into it, and he's like, we gotta get in, we're almost there, we can figure this out. Eat them, we can figure this out.
Okay, Dr. Ziegler, let's sit right down over here, and you continue working on that. And I'm gonna walk on past them to see what Edam's doing.
Okay, so as you get into the he's in the cryo vault. And as you enter into the cryo vault, which is this section 8 here, okay, you see 6 large glass cylinders that are about, maybe a meter and a half, 2 meters almost, maybe 4 to 5 foot. Uh, and in each of these 6 glass, or they're not glass, they're actually some kind of plastic container. Correction for the book here. Um, each of these seems to hold some type of cork larvae, and as you're looking past it, going down the aisles and looking at the first one, fresh dead, Never mind, I'm not gonna go there. And you get to the 5th one, and you're looking at this thing, and I need you to make a sanity roll, sir.
Okay.
Because as you're looking at this thing, it's sort of floating in this stasis fluid, and it's sort of vibrating in maybe the current of the current of the chamber. It turns around, and you're seeing many arms and appendages out coming out of the back of it. But as it sort of turns into focus and turns around, and it's the frontal image of it, you see that this is not just a crab, but some sort of crab-like human hybrid. And the thoughts of what are they doing? And you hear Edom saying, "Oh, I had nothing to do with that. That's hidden, probably hidden. I had nothing to do with it." And on that failed sanity roll, sir, I think as your sanity goes, you have a fear of death. And that's not death.
You
Sorry.
say, I have a fear. You have a fear of death, as if that's.
I think it's more of like an emphasized fear of death. Like you're more afraid of it than you would normally be. Like not existential dread, but more of like terrifying existential.
Like if I think
No,
I'm
that's
actually
fair.
dying, yeah.
It's like
So-
super toilet, but super fear.
Normally I think that I'm smart enough to work my way out of anything, but if I actually feel that death is coming for me, that's when I start freaking out.
Also, I just want
Fair
to note,
enough.
I liked how you narrated Bard like he's like you caught him in some kind of perverse act, and he's trying to explain. No, that's my brother's humanoid crab.
So
Speaking of humanoid crabs, I put a relevant GIF in the
So
Discord.
exactly what kind of research are you doing here, Edom? I don't care what the company wants right now. What are you doing here with what are you doing with this stuff?
I wasn't doing any of this. I was just sequencing DNA, he says. And I think I got to change my mics. Um, but I need to actually give you a stress uh, for that failed sanity roll, if you don't forget. And
Yeah.
did you these thoughts of death and decay and war and dismembered are passing through your brain, you find it in your health, in your logic to turn your attentions to a man who seems nearly as disheveled as you, but is certainly not willing to take the blame. And as you look down, and he says, "Look, look!" And he points to, and he's pointing past the hybrid creature, and you see the last uh, uh, specimen tube broken, and uh, it appears that there's a trail of fluid that leads, and I'm going to take you back to the site here, that leads to a vent, and you see that the vent is somewhat um, broken and pulled aside, and um, this obvious trail of stasis fluid follows it to the ventilation shaft that is pretty much right here in the room. If you can see where I'm pinging.
Oh
Well, that's
God, is this thing
fantastic,
gonna?
Eden. You have not only let him create little, I don't know what the hell you want to call these things. Oh, now one of them's escaped. I thought you were making something to kill them, not creating new, more intelligent hybrids.
I didn't have anything to do with this. I was just doing what the company wanted me to do. I I,
Okay,
I I had
well,
nothing to do with this. I have to get this research back to the company. They're horrible. I have to do it.
well, I agree they're horrible, but and they can have their research, but we aren't going to get out of here if we don't figure out a way to kill them. Is that what Ziegler's trying to do? Figure out a way to kill them? Do I think
And
do I think that combination of hydrofluoric acid and what do you call it, um,
Doxorubicin. Fun fact.
doxorubicin will
It's also
work to kill this thing?
well, that's your best guess, I would think, and probably your only lead at the moment. But as you're like sort of berating the good Doctor Edom, you see him grab a demo stick and quickly pocket it in his pocket. And just as you're about to maybe, say, "What was that?" Call him on it. You hear this roar, this crackling, this sort of breaking of bones and eruption of something from the room you just left. As
Um,
you Do you peek your head out the door into room number 7?
now I pretty much know what's in room number 7. I think I'm not going to peek my head out because I don't want it locked off. But I'm gonna like move the door open just a little and lean to see if I can see what has become of Dr. Ziegler.
Yeah, and you see that Dr. Ziegler appears no more as you see this chitinous crab come out of its come um, out of its body. I'm sorry, I'm trying to change voice settings, and come out of its body and scream and screech, and with that screech, I need another sanity roll from you, sir.
Oh, joy. Alright, I made that one. I've heard the screeching before. That thing's not scaring me this time.
You see Dr. Edom throw his hands up to his head, over his eyes. I mean, covers his crotch, his ass, He's like, he doesn't know where this scream is going through his body, where it's coming out of. And as you're watching him do this, you see the ubiquitous paper cuts start to open, and you hear the muffled sound of the earlier sonorific screech and shriek start to exit through these little paper cuts and enter into the room. As the crab starts to make its way towards your motioning inside the door.
Okay.
So you can either try and exit through the vent or fight your way through the what do you call this? Through the Ziegler carcinid creation.
Okay, so yeah, that seems like a bad idea. One person against one of those things. Ziegler, I need that research that you just pocketed. How about hand it to me, and because I'm here to pick it up. I'm from the company. And I'm walking towards him.
There's no way I'm giving this up without my life. And all of a sudden he looks at you and and then he shuts up.
The crab people speak?
I'm gonna try to. I saw him put it in his pocket. I'm gonna see if I can get it from him and kind of put him between me and the crab.
Oh, eat him.
Yeah, eat him.
I thought the crab person just started talking. I'm like,
No, the crab was just trying to make its way over towards the door that was cracked open, and now there's some struggle, it appears, between Edom and Dr. John Anderson, and they're going to have an opposed roll.
All right.
And we'll just do it as a strength roll. Bonuses really won't count because we're just going to go head to head on this, okay?
No bonuses?
They said my name for a minute.
you're the bonus man.
Thank you.
I have military training. That's why I asked no bonuses on this one.
Well, no, we're just going head to head though, so.
All right. Great stat save.
What did you
So
roll?
I made my strength roll, 31.
Let's see, come up. Take my computer first. There it is. And I got a 51, so you were able to do that. You were able to pull the data stick out of my pocket. And what do you want to do now?
And I'm running and going crawling after into that vent. If I think I can get out of there with my gun in front of me.
You first, or are you pushing the doctor through? You forgetting about the doctor? You don't care about him anymore.
Well,
You do have his research, which, if you look back to your original messaging from the company,
I was supposed to get his research, not him.
okay.
So I've got his research. I tell him we need to go, and I go on. If he wants to follow me, then that's fine. And if he wants to stay, that's good for him too.
Okay. So we are going to move back over the down below the tumblers where you're just outside of or close to, and we're going to go back to the rest of the crew who while you're in there, I'll do one last thing for the crew so you guys can have a little more asset resource. While you guys were making your way down to, you and Edom making your way down to the lab, he was able to, when he got his computer and his laptop that he grabbed there as well, he was able to give you a couple of mini maps for the various sites of a terraforming station. So you guys have these in your building now. This reactor map, you have the one that you just saw for the lab, and then there's another one that you're able to access through your data board on your arm for the tower. But you guys, again, if you recall from last week, we had entered the reactor chamber, and And as you came down, if you recall, as you came down the cooling tower, you sort of awoken to all the cork larvae in there. Some of them fell. There was a mishap when two of you tried to swing halfway over and get the mid cooling tower door opened and land on the landing. And Dr. Valdez, I'm sorry, Sergeant Valdez had given you each a radiation meter that as you went down, first went into acute, level 2 acute, and then into level 3 lethal. Uh, we didn't mention it last week, but and one of our crew was already well prepped because of his proclivities towards safety. But I would assume that as you all came down through that tunnel and started entering the radiated zone, that you did in fact put your mask down. And since we don't have comms now, we're going to have some difficulty in communicating. Yeah, you could do some yelling to hear some muffled talking in between. You can use your data pad. I still don't know if you'll be able to talk to your team server because he's got death metal coursing very loudly, so loudly,
I'm so glad you remembered that.
so loudly through his helmet that his actual helmet is vibrating and showing a visual shimmer and shake as you talk to him. But you guys have found yourselves down in the reactor core. Now you've entered through the main doors, and I'm going to leave you here where um, you again had seen. You're looking for the four people who had come down here were Weaver, Franco, Kadir, and Hinton, and Dr. Jensen. There was a few of them. So
It's down here.
yeah, they all had come down here, and the only two you see sitting on the reactor core are Hinton and Weaver, and you certainly recognize them, Valdez. They're your boys, part of your team. Um, 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 Others, I think Pedro's with you as well. He certainly recognizes them. But they're sitting there, and forgive my art here for these characters. You can't really see if they have paper cuts or cuts. This is actually just characters I have stored for a different game. But
Okay, it's supposed to be. Oh, I need to click. I'm a fool. There's a big button that says "Go to session."
oh,
which
you missed
I-
all the pictures we've been doing.
Yeah, I was very confused. I was looking at it. I have the Twitch chat open over here, and I was looking at it from that. I had to get up briefly to reprimand my unruly cat. And I'm like, I can't see anything. Am I supposed to be seeing stuff? No, there's just a big ass button that I just fully neglected to click.
That's all right. Quest Portal first time, but you are sort of this is your home turf. You've been in charge until this Lieutenant Max Plankett showed up as the rescue team. That haven't seemed to been doing much rescuing yet, but yeah, this is sort of what you're facing here. I think the Teamster is looking at this, and maybe some of the others as well, and are recognizing that I had said that all of the controls, both the upwater pumping station and the spillway controls for the reactor here to allow the water to go around the reactor core and the tumblers, both of these have been, smashed, shot up, broken. And our Teamsters thinking, they're foobar, they're fuck up beyond repair, any repair, or recognition, I guess is the real term. But and you, like I said, you do see Weaver clinging to Franco, who's standing up with a General Purser's machine gun, and they both look real panicky. Does anybody want to do anything immediately before, or talk or yell or?
I'm like, Camillus, banging on his helmet. I'm texting. Can you fix this thing? Can you fix this thing?
And I'm like reading, and I'm like, I give a thumbs up and a little nod of my head.
You really don't think you can, though, Cornelius. This thing is been shot to shit. I mean, there's no way to get this. And I would say, I would think the scientist and maybe Corporal Nabokov, because some of the lower ranking individuals had, they snuck down here to have their little parties, to have their little tryst, smoke what they had, try some of the alien flora. And so you got a good feel for what this room's water levels is like, and you're scientists. You've been nuclear design and reactor core, and you guys are all thinking that you may have an hour, and the Teamsters probably most sure of this because you got the skills in it. An hour before this entire base loses all power, and with that losing of power, you think, how are we going to call down the dropship? We got a shitload of time before a dropship's coming for us. And unless we call them sooner and get that cheap motherfucker Moss to burn a little orbital burn, no one's coming for us for, I don't know, another 40-some hours, it seems like. 48 or so, I think we're around. You guys been running hard for many hours. You're getting tired. You're getting sloppy, too. You got to think of that. You're going to need some rest. But, yeah, I mean... you guys have to communicate. I think the Teamster would have to find a way to communicate that to you, given the difficulties he's created for, and all of you not be able to lift your masks now. So
What you gotta do is, like they do in The Expanse, and press the faceplates against each other because sound can travel through solid.
oh, I like it.
surfaces.
See, we need a lady on the crew to get you guys thinking. That's what it was.
She watches a lot of TV shows.
I watch The Expanse and I do science for a living. Yes, Murky, girl power, exactly.
Fucking A, man. Sisters are doing it for themselves.
So, I found the people, at least.
Well,
Yeah.
two of five. Hidden's not there, Kadir's not there, and Dr. Jensen aren't there. The only two sitting atop the reactor core are Weaver and Franco. And Franco, or Weaver, just screams out, "It was hidden!" And he says he killed Glockner immediately before sabotaging the Hydra reactor's core.
Do I know who this person is?
Yeah, Glockner was one of the PFCs on the was on the siege squad. He was down here as well, and he.
Oh, I see it. Yes, PFC.
Yeah, he must be floating somewhere down below. He just threw him off, and then Franco hollers over. Before the floodwaters rose and. And hit and killed him, and he broke the Hydra reactor controls. I saw hit and took Dr. Jensen and Kadir down there, and he's pointing down into the water. There's tunnels down there. He says tunnels.
Okay. And you didn't go after him because.
As you guys are standing around the edge of this, sort of facility here, you start, you're looking down when he's pointing down into water where there's tunnels. He's directing your attention down there. You start to see, like, what we call in the fishing world nervous water. It's when the fish start to wiggle and whack around, and you see movement and things are things breaking the surface of the water.
Cornelius is gonna move back a bit. He sees a little bit of this, so he's nervous about this. He's going behind the Marines.
I was gonna say, yeah, stand back. Oh wait, I can't do that. That's not my job anymore.
Anybody else want to do anything?
Be nervous and very confused.
Yeah, so I would assume you guys see this nervous water, and yeah, I mean you've seen these beasts already, and you know they're none too friendly. Um, Corporal Nabokov is a particularly trigger happy individual. You know that yourself for having commanded her for this brief time, Sergeant Valdez. So Corporal Nabokov, do you want to do anything when you see this nervous water?
Sorry, I got something in my eye here.
No worries. That's that water splashing up from you as you
Yeah,
look
but-
down upon it, and a piece of carcinid crust and crab fell into your eye.
Yeah, like those scenes from Prometheus, right, where the guy's looking at his eye through the mirror. How much? I mean, I've still got a pretty full magazine, right?
Pulse rifle? Yeah, you're full up. You haven't
I'm full
fired.
Yeah, if she sees the commotion in the water, well, she's gonna fire a few rounds in there.
Okay. So you're gonna fire a burst, and like I said, it's really just nervous water. You're not getting clear placement, but you know something's down there. And what I'm gonna have you throw is a combat roll at disadvantage.
All right.
So there's a stat save disadvantage button there, just above everything on the general tab.
All right. That's 43 and 44, I believe. So it was not. Oh, no,
And-
the red spot.
Hang on, let me look. I didn't see it post yet.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't post.
That's all right. Hang on. I think we're getting some lag on the quest portal.
From what I remember seeing, it was either a 43 or 44. 40, yeah, so 43.
They're both close. Okay.
They're
Let me
both.
just.
Oh, and then what's my number?
Your combat number
What is
is
47?
plus you get military training. So
Yeah.
that pulse rifle does. Let me look at the damage it does.
It's
the-
3d10, I believe.
Well, and also, if we count the 44, is that a critical success? Is that how it works?
At disadvantage, you would get the worser, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I figured I'd ask.
Good, Joe. Hey,
Fair enough.
salesman's mantra never hurts to ask.
So do you want me to roll damage then?
Yeah, you can roll your damage, and that is. Hang on, she got it
I
filled in
think
hers.
both rifle damage is right on there, so before it
3d10.
disappears, that's 13.
What is it? 13?
13. Again, it doesn't seem to be coming through, but
Yeah, what is going on tonight? I don't know why our dice aren't working. That's not good.
Maybe refresh your browser.
Yeah, I just did a few things, but I'm having issues here too. So let me just start doing some math, guys. Sorry. Yeah,
else
you
would be
see,
rolling from?
as you shoot into the into the water.
I wasn't
Thank
expecting
you.
to hit anything.
How many points of damage? 13.
13.
You see these pulses go in, and you see like they almost separate the water, and you see maybe just the very back of the carapace of a carcinid there, and you see that the pulse rifle actually like hits it and damages it, but it doesn't really appear to, like, its armor seems to have protected it. You know what I'm saying? It sort of just dented it more or less. So he's
Sarge? I think I just pissed it off.
Yeah, I'll say! Why are you shooting at things you can't hardly see?
and as you guys, and if you would, Can we bring some tokens on board? So if you bring up the token map,
That's my new favorite. Sarge, I think I pissed it off.
What a beautiful statement.
We need like a quotes channel in the Discord for like the weird shit we say.
that's what he's doing with his Omega's putting on those shorts, you know. You're already out there, right? So I'm gonna grab the other tokens
Eh.
if I
Oh
can.
my god, I am large in charge.
Novikov. You know,
So you guys put your tokens out there.
Can I make myself
Can we
like
do that, or
normal
do you have to do
size? There we
You
go.
can click on it and lower it. Everybody out there?
I think I've put myself out there. I have a very cool color palette. I think it's like a default image or something for Marines, but I like it, so I'm keeping it.
is that you?
Cool.
Yeah. It's like orangey, cool hair.
Yeah, some
No-
guy did a
Novikov.
whole.
Sergeant Valaz is right there. I'll drag him out.
All right. Yeah, I'm having lag on my end. I don't know what's going on.
And I'm like, Novikov, you know darn well you can't shoot these things. They don't die. You gotta blow them up with grenades. You're just wasting ammo. There's thousands of those things.
Well, the pulse rifle, you know, no, it may have a different impact. It certainly affected the carapace differently than your lead bullets had previously. But as the one gets shot by Novikov, one rises out of there, one rises onto the center of the nuclear reactor core, and immediately attacks Franco, who is just throwing rounds from his general purpose machine gun into this crab that is coming up on him. And this crab is about to do some damage on Mr. Franco as you see him sort of in one foul swoop and foul motion. He raises up, puts his back claws. You know, you originally see the front claws coming up over the water's edge onto the reactor core's top. You see you see them from across the way, and his back legs come up behind him and plant themselves on that thing, and he just literally just uses those back claws to bolt onto Franco. And as he flies forward, you see him with these crabs, these crab claws just hinge and close over his neck, and he deals some serious damage. 4d10.
Remind me, how big are these things compared to a person?
They're about the size of a full-size van.
Oh.
As big as your APC, I would say.
Oh, I was thinking these things were like either person-sized or actual crab-sized. Both of them
No,
are
dude.
terrifying, but no, you managed to pick the worst option that I didn't think of.
Wait, hold on.
Beetle
If I roll
size.
3, wait, 1d4.
DW beetle size.
Wait, hold on. Is that roll correct? 1d4 and he rolls a 3 total? That makes no sense.
Oh,
You-
what? The undulating.
Wait, no, never mind. That's why I was thinking of something else. My mind just went blank.
You
Oh,
talk
my
about from
drag can't-
before that 1d4 I threw was for 1 or 2 was 1 carcinid, 3 or 4 was 2, so you have 2. If that's what you're looking at. But the 4d10, he does 30 points of damage to this grunt, Franco, and literally you see him just decapitate this guy with these 2 claws. Like you see him take off the top part of his head, and then the bottom claw gets just above his head, and he clips them both, and there's just like a 4-inch piece of meat that is like separated and sliced from this man's neck as his head falls and rolls over the reactor core and makes a large plunk as it falls down to the tunnels. The other crab is going to. Oh, looks like it's towards Nabokov. Sorry, you're the closest one, Mr. Nabokov. And it's going to make a quick move towards you, and it looks like it's not using its closer pinchers, but it's just jabby claws, and he seems to be slashing at you with them like it's a almost like a rapier wit or sword, tearing either your mind or your body to pieces. And he's going to throw his attack roll. Oh, oh,
I'm a freak without a paddle right now.
oh, and Mr. Nabokov, he attacks you and hits you as well, and he's going to throw his damage. Would you like to throw your own damage, Mr. Nabokov?
Well, Ms. Nabokov.
Oh, sorry.
Nabokov's a
apologies.
woman.
Yes, my apologies.
Are you asking me if I want to roll my own damage?
From the crab. I'm just trying to be kind. It is a big roll.
I don't believe that is being kind. No, you can roll it.
All right, I will dish it out then for you. And what kind of armor you're wearing? Do you have anything special?
I mean, I believe I have armor.
Oh my god, he
I have
rolled.
standard battle
That's
dress,
exactly
so
what I
that's
thought.
7 armor.
7? You have a 7 armor protection?
Yeah.
Well, your armor, look at that. On a 4d10, I got
Oh.
6 points.
Yo! What?
He saw.
Love this
I
fucking thing.
think this crab saw that killer look in Ms. Nabokov's eyes, and it must have shook this crab's fear and sanity. And as he went to stab you, he just both pinchers went on either side of your neck and missed you though, and only gave you some slices on your shoulder guards of 6 points of damage, sir.
Well, so I hesitate to interrupt this triumphant moment, but aren't we wearing radiation suits over our armor?
Yeah. So I'll allow that you could. I'll allow that you're wearing a double set. The hazmat's bulky enough to go over. What are you wearing?
Well, so the hazmat suits have a certain amount of armor to them as well, right? Like, so
Yeah.
if the crab slices through that, then I'm exposed to the radiation of the chamber. No?
I don't even want
Yeah.
So are you wearing 2 sets of armor? Are you wearing a hazmat over something else?
Well, so I have the standard battle dress.
Okay,
is 7.
and I don't know if standard battle dress covers radiation, but I would
Yeah,
think
I don't
that it
either.
does.
I thought that we were sort of putting radiation, the big suits with the bulky helmets and things. I thought we were putting those over our armor.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's firstly totally
So what's
copacetic
the-
for me. Let's take a look at the rules then.
Well, then
Uh,
that would be AP 12 then. 7 and 5.
Yeah, but we'll do it in 2 levels. So the hazard suit has an AP of 5, and he threw 6. So your hazard suit is destroyed. Okay, and you have standard battle dress, sir.
But so I think all that's true. We can worry about damage in a minute. The
Mhm.
thing that I'm more worried about
The radiation.
is the radiation coming through, right? And I think that's probably inevitable. Even if I have the battle dress on, if I don't, I'm exposed to the radiation right now from the crab attack. Yeah.
Correct, but radiation doesn't usually kill you immediately. I'm
Yeah.
No.
here's hoping that
Yeah.
the one guy got like many times the lethal dose and lived for like 80 something days.
Well, here's-
And it's absolutely a judgment call whether I take damage.
No, I
Yeah, I
like how you worked that. Tell you the truth, I like that you had your hazmat suit over it. It makes sense.
I have to, right?
Maybe we can
Yeah, I
fix
mean-
the hazmat suit.
Yeah, it's bulky.
Uh,
Work.
Bulky.
but
I-
what we're going to do, what we're going to say, the way we'll rule on this is that the 6 points of damage, the first 5 points destroyed your hazard suit. It's ripped them to shred. and the remaining 1 point of damage was absorbed by your standard battle dress, which is susceptible to radiation damage. And let me give you a little bit of background on radiation so you can. It says radiation threatens to make a bad situation worse. Remind players that if their hazard suits breaks, they'll suffer constant radiation damage. And I don't really know how the radiation damage comes into effect, but we're gonna figure that out before next session because it's not gonna kill you tonight. And that is, you guys are in the reactor, so if you guys want to start maybe counting some time, we can figure out, figure out what the average amount of time is. But we're gonna move now to combat for you guys, and generally in Mothership they say everyone says what they're going to do first, and then we resolve all those, and then we move on to the next step. So I'm going to start, since Nabokov is the closest, I'm going to start with her and ask you, what would you like to do, Ms. Nabokov, Ms. Corporal?
So first of all, the radiation stuff is on page 33 of the survival guide, player's survival guide. It could get very bad very quickly, is all I'm saying. Round by round. But in the meantime, me as a player, I would be like, okay, I'm leaving right now. I don't know if Nabokov would do that though. In fact, I think she probably wouldn't. Let's see, do I have grenades? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you got grenades. Don't worry about what's on your sheet. You got them.
I want to kill the thing that's attacking me. But it's sort of like right on me, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're in adjacent position with it right now. I mean, you have your pulse rifle. It was cocked and loaded in your arm. You could just put a burst.
I can just shoot it again. I don't think that's gonna. As a player again, I don't think that's gonna do much good. But sure, I can.
Roll me that. I'm gonna make you roll with advantage because you are point blank with this guy, and he just tried to.
Advantage.
He just tried to dance with you, so you just really got to lift your gun and fire away.
53 or 55.
That's a success.
If I just train, that's going to be 57. So, so I've got to hit, so I'll roll more damage. That is 16 points of damage. Does it go through this time? Yes, it did. Hey, with that, the 53. So it's 16 points of damage. I don't know if it's actually going to do any good against the thing, but
well, we're going to wait to see. We're going to wait to see what else occurs here, because I assume you guys are all firing at the same time, and this guy, as you know, his armor is rather thick, and we're going to maybe do a group damage roll on this guy. So let's go to Max Planck, because Cornelius is hiding behind the two Marines. Let me look at the map here. Who's next? You want to go, Max, or
I'll go.
Sergeant Valdez?
No, I'll go first. Okay.
Okay.
I'm like Valdez.
Yeah?
My bullets ain't penetrating them things. If you try to flame, that flame of yours, have you tried it before? Does it work on those fuckers?
You got a pulse rifle now, Max, don't forget, because you were given one by Sergeant Valdez when you began your abseil.
Okay.
Either way, she'll say one way to find out.
Well,
Right.
fry that thing, and I'm gonna do the best I can with my pulse rifle.
Hell yeah.
So,
And I got-
Omega, throw me a straight stat save roll with your added bonuses for military training. Combat roll.
Yeah, I get plus 10%. So that would be 58.
All right. Throw that.
2. No problem.
All right. Roll your damage.
Damage with the pulse rifle is
3d10.
3d10. $14.
So that's 16 from Nabokov and 14 from you. All right, we're going to see what happens, and our good Sergeant Valdez, what would you like to do?
I believe I was asked to flame these guys.
But you're a thinking woman. You can think on your own, and you know, you do what you want, lady.
Yes, I do happen to think that fire is usually a good idea against things that are trying to kill you. So
Kill it with fire.
exactly,
Fire
kill it with fire. Valdez like fire, okay? I may be like a stoic,
fire.
but
Fire good.
you've just given Epsilon a flamethrower.
It's her favorite toy, right?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to use one before in all the time we played Alien. So I guess I would like to use my flamethrower on
All right, throw me that combat roll.
one of the boyos.
And are you pointing? Are you trying to shoot the crab that is on the reactor core or in the corner by Nabokov?
Probably the one that's on Nabokov because that
Alright.
one's like.
All right, so you'll make your way to a clean line of sight. You don't have to get within adjacent range, but you can stay at regular range, melee range or whatever, and throw your combat roll. And you certainly add your military training onto that,
Oh.
or deduct it from your roll.
Add the 10% to whatever relevant stat it is.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
So I'd have to
combat.
I'd have to roll under 58, which I very much did.
Okay, as you shoot this flamethrower at the crab, it seems bothered by the light. Stands up on its back feet, but it really doesn't do anything. But as this all occurred at the same time. You're firing. Max Planck's firing, and Corporal Nabokov's all firing, and your flamethrower just seemed to piss it off more than anything. It sort of dried the water that was dripping from its back. But the 30 points of damage delivered by the two pulse rifles seems to have been just enough. Just enough. As you see these pulses bang into it, they sort of start to glow, and you see almost the pulse start to crack through the carapace, and it looks like his shell has been broken open, like almost like a walnut being cracked. But it's just the finest of hairline fractures throughout his thing as the pulse emits, cracks the carapace of the crab, and emits just this light glow along the fissure lines. And the crab on the platform looks at Weaver and literally just slaps him off of the thing and does a leap. Oh, wait a sec. We didn't hear from Cornelius.
Yeah, do I get a shot?
Yeah, what are you doing, Cornelius? I'm sorry. I forgot about you, sir.
Cornelius can hardly see him, so he's gonna take a shot at the bug.
Which one? The one whose carapace was cracked, or the one on the reactor core?
The carapace is cracked. I don't want to hit the Marine one more time, so I'm gonna do my best with the pulse rifle I was given.
All right. And I don't know what you could add to your combat score. Tell me what you got. Make it work.
Hold on, let me look at my skills. Okay, combat. I got nothing. Well, no, okay, let's do a straight roll. Where's that button? I can't seem to find the button for the rolls for some reason.
It's on the general tab underneath the first box set. It says stat save roll just above sanity, fear, and body.
Nope, I see it.
Gotcha. And you're looking for 38, sir.
And I miss. Good try.
Your aim appeared to be poor, Mr. Cornelius, and your spray of pulses just shoot overhead of the crab. That being said, as I said, the crab on the core reactor knocks the huddled and crying Weaver, just knocks him out of the way as he makes a leap, flies through the air, and he's directly across from you, Cornelius, and saw you firing at his most lovely buddy. But there are two of you there, right there in that proximity, so I'm going to give it a 1 or 2 will be Corny. 3 or 4 will be our Sergeant Valdez.
What
Oh,
about the other guy on the platform?
he's dead.
They're all dead.
Oh.
He got, like, deletus by the other one of these crabs.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but it appears he's going after Sergeant Valdez. He flies through the air and he tries to open his pincher claws to go for her neck. As he comes at her, you hear this raging, rapid screech.
Oh, God. I
No!
don't...
No!
I don't like the
No!
animated
So
thing.
he misjudged his. We're going Cthulhu rules on here. He misjudged his leap, and he seemed to jump further and landed above you, and you see him sort of spin down the wall as he lands. He sort of spins down. He makes his way down, spins, falls over, and just hangs onto the edge of the thing.
Hold on. So he just jumped in, apparently down on the floor. He overestimated and slammed straight into the wall in front of him.
Yeah, he
And then
slammed
fell
into the wall
back.
and fell back, sort of spun on his way over you, right? Because he hit the wall so hard, and then he managed to just grab that, that railing there with his claw and is hanging on. Maybe not in the most defensive nor offensive position. But that being said, Nabokov and Max Planck, having delivered some pain and cracks and fissures to the carapace of the other carcinid, his attention is drawn towards Max Planck, and he goes to attack him, piercing quickly with his jabber-like, needle-like claws. Oh, sir, I'm sorry, but it does appear that he hit you, Mr. Planck. And he does, what was that again? Was that 4d10 damage?
Come on, I could take it.
Let's see, Maxie.
We are Marines. The point of us is to. Ooh, that's actually
Oh,
not too terrible.
16.
All right, let's see what your armor looks like here. You have a hazmat suit on, so that's your first, 5?
Yeah.
Yep.
And a battle
5.
dress. So,
And how many is that on the battle dress?
7. So 12 total.
12. And that means you're going to take 4 points of damage, and both your armors are destroyed. And that being said, thank you for that page 33, Mr. Or Ms. Ms. Nabokov.
Corporal
Corporal.
Nabokov. Thank
Corporal
you very
Nabokov.
much.
Yes, yes, ma'am. My apologies. Keep this army, the sexism out of this army. But as you guys feel that lethal radiation hit you, I need both of you to give me a body save.
Kind of regretting finding that page now, aren't I?
Yeah. I knew it was right. I would have found it.
You would have found it, sugar.
My body's 32, and here's my roll.
Yeah.
Believe in you.
Oh, is that 99? It's a double.
Oh my god!
Crit fail at the max.
Oh no! Oh my god!
You literally get the. You get
The
the
radiation
Why can't
seeps
you
down.
do
You can
that?
feel
You
the
got
Oh,
the
wait,
worst
I think
crit in the game.
Yep.
You literally got the
Never
worst
mind that.
crit in the game.
I guess
his weakness.
that gives me a
I rolled
stress.
advantage, I shouldn't have done that. Let me see if I can figure
You're
out
not
what the.
stress. You're infertile.
I think I'm gonna roll it again.
No worries.
Because
Stat save roll is fine.
Looks like Max
Okay.
Payne didn't have any grandkids.
Grandkids specifically.
You're right. You should be worried about a third year.
Can't have kids now. No, definitely not.
Did you
Well,
throw
yeah,
that
you
knob?
probably won't have an immune system after this is said and done.
Omega, give me Nabokov, give me that stat save roll, and Max Planck, give me a 1d5, sir. Type that into I'll give you 1d6. Give me a 1d6, Omega. And Nabokov, you failed. Look,
6.
and
Bad at this game.
That's probably not
Nabokov,
good.
would you also give me a 1d6, sir?
And is it just like, is it roll 1d6? Oh no, it's probably a.
There's a roll button on the purple die there. You can use that, or you can type it in
Okay.
chat.
I still can't get over the like.
3.
Okay. Well, Omega, with that crit, as you feel this wave of radiation just sort of burn your skin, your eyelashes, the gook in your eye feels to have just like dried up and made your eyes feel like balls of dust in your eyes. You feel it immediately drop down and you vomit. Not only over Nabokov, who's next to you, but the crab, all over the platform. Now it's slippery, there's so much vomit. And you think that, you might only have maybe 6 days left with this cancer coursing through your veins. I mean, you're no doctor, but you're not feeling good. Everything's, you feel like you're 65 already. And you, my friend, Corporal Nabokov, somehow your body didn't feel the impact, but you're looking at Plank, and you're like, man, I feel worse than he looks. I may only have half as much time as him. So it is not good to get radiation poison in MotherShip, it sounds like. But that being said, there is one attack left, I believe, and no. Did he attack? Yeah, he attacked. It's your attacks now. So if you would each tell me what you'd like to do.
My lucky rule. The submachine gun, because I don't want to waste any more bullets of the big gun, in case someone else needs the bullets.
Well, can you? I don't know. I'm kind of missing what you're saying there.
Okay,
You're going to use the lead. You're going to use the standard machine gun.
Yes,
General purpose?
Yes, the
Okay.
submachine gun. I cast lead.
Okay.
Okay. Miss.
Okay.
Hard. Missed.
Nabokov, what would you like to do, Corporal?
Enjoy my last 3 days of life. But in the meantime, I guess
Then rub my
you've still got
bean.
one of these. You've still got one of these carts left, right?
Yes, sir. Actually, 2 of them are both left. The one immediately next to you, and the one precariously hanging on to the reactor railing.
I mean, first of all, she's going to say to Sergeant Valdez, Sarge, I don't feel so good. Is
Yeah.
there? Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
We should make a vigorous advance in the other direction, Sarge.
You mean the You mean the outdoor?
I mean, she's a Marine, right? She's not going to say retreat, but she's, you know, she's saying retreat.
Yeah, while I am very much, you know, a sergeant, this is a very highly stressful situation. Fuck protocol. I am barely qualified for this job.
All right.
Actually, none of these are really qualified. The opening scene had them all being hired at like a mass, stadium event. Just getting shuffled onto the ship.
I got promoted to sergeant like all the Jedi got promoted, like real fast, way too soon in the Clone Wars.
Attrition.
Well,
Battlefield promotions.
So I think Novikov would basically be like, all right, everybody, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And I will cover you. So that's what she's gonna say, just sort of an incidental. But I guess she'll keep firing. One, because she knows she's dead. Anyway, so she could probably be the rear guard. So she will fire at one of the Is there a cart that's like kind of in our way? There's one on our side now, right?
You guys, I think I originally said you came in from here, but it looks like there's a door there. We'll say you came in this door. So there's a cart here hanging off, and then the cart immediately to your left quarter.
Okay.
And that's the one that had the cracked carapace.
Don't we still need to lower the floodwaters so the reactor doesn't shut down?
Well, that's the thing. You've already determined that it appears that the upwater station pump, we kind of went through that in the beginning, that the upwater pumping station and the spillway controls have all been shot beyond, and you were assured in your brain as a teamster that, you couldn't fix them. So you do know that there's a way out behind you and possibly a way out through some spoke of tunnels in the water.
Do we want to go down to the water? Probably not. Maybe.
I mean, getting in the water means we continue to do our job, but G'ing TFO means maybe get you guys new hazmat suits. I assume you probably have more of some.
Actually, my guy has one spare in his gear bag.
Oh shoot!
But you don't know that.
I mean, I assume that we have that. Like,
if you look at the notes, Sergeant Valdez, you'll see what the stockpile is, and that's what you guys have had. Some of that has been pulled to arm you guys and dress you, but that is your survivor stockpile that is back in the main garage of the terraforming base.
Gotcha.
Can Corporal Novikov throw a grenade at the one to her left?
You certainly can do whatever you like, sir. Is there a possibility of being within range of it? The way I ran the crew had seen that a grenade that blew off with others in proximity, the immediate target absorbed all of the damage it could provide that was rolled, and any extra went to the people who were in the proximate area. I think I would like to do that to say that you are probably, I would say you yourself, unless you make a quick retreat, are in the proximate area. But I would allow for a quick retreat as well.
Yep.
Maybe a speed check to make sure you get out of that or something. I don't know. We'll figure that out. So you want to throw a grenade?
I'm going to throw a grenade.
All right. Throw that combat roll with your military training added on. Stat save roll.
Okay, that would be a 39.
And the damage on a grenade, I believe, is 3d10, I believe.
3d10, okay. 8d6. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
You can hit the X to cancel out if you hit too many or whatever.
12, 1, 2, 3. How do I? Oh, there we go. We get rid of the dice.
It's 3 10s.
So that's a pretty good roll. That's a 22.
Ooh. Nice.
22. You see that carcinid take a significant wound. It appears as if the entire explosion was absorbed by the undercarriages that rolled under the carcinid. You've seen it blow off like a couple of its middle legs. Yeah, and you know what? He certainly suffered a wound, but he's still moving. And you know where this explosion, you see another leg starting to just push out and form where this hole appeared. And as that explosion happened, just throw me a speed roll. I'm not going to give you stress if you don't do it, but this is for something in the future. Throw me a speed roll to see if you're able to get out of the coagulated rain of crab guts that explode with you.
I mean, yeah, something for the future. Hopefully that future is only within a couple of days that you're worried about, but we'll see. That is a 96.
Oof.
So no success there, no joy.
They're just like in the meaning of life, when the guy explodes from eating too much, you're just like covered with this sort of vomitous bile that just washes over your body and covers you in this DNA, Clark DNA. So maybe you guys have your specimen you need now. I don't know.
It's all over it.
But yeah, so we're gonna go to our Max Planck, who's next to Nabokov and was just out of the range of the gut spray.
Jet ski.
Guys, everybody, we can't stay here. We're gonna die. We gotta leave. Cornelius. Oh, fuck, Cornelius.
As you look at Cornelius sees you coughing up blood. You're not looking good. You're looking like a cancer patient, and you see his helmet go boom, 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 boom. It's like vibrating loudly that you can actually hear it. Hear all the nonsense happening.
I'm on my knees, like throwing up. I'm like, I want you to head to the orbital relay. Can you, without power, can you manage to rig something up to send a signal to the ship?
As Cornelius is hearing that, he's going, oh, going through his head. It's like, I should really get the fuck out of here. As I'm kind of juddered by not being able to do anything. I can't. Wait, do you have the welder still on you, Max Planck?
The doctor had the welder.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, so I'm just gonna go out the exit and like the stairs going up, not the same way we came from. Like the way we came from, that's full of carts. The tunnel.
You came out through the chimney tunnel, and it's full of those little larvae carts. Let me give you what the here's what the seed looks like. This is not cooperating.
Yeah, because that was just like the unusual way down. Isn't so the stairs going up are fine.
So you know that in order to get to the stairs going up, if you look at this map here, you're going to have to get across the thing and actually into the water, because as they had previously told you before, they knew that stairwell was flooded, that exit stairwell. And that's why you guys came down the chimney tower rather than taking the stairs from the main platform areas, level 1 we'll call it, or so. So you really have, like I said, you can exit through the door you came in back into the cooling tower. You could jump into the water and hopefully get to the door to get out the stairs, or look for these rumored and whispered about tunnels.
Okay,
But
so
as you guys, as you guys decide that, I'm gonna take it over. I've been neglecting my good doctor for too long, I think. So I'm going to take my good doctor over here, and as he enters into, he sees, he was over here with telling Edom to come with him. There was a rip vent, and there is actually a tunnel that you find, and you crawl your way through the tunnel, and you hear as you're crawling, you hear the sound of the tumblers um, increasing as you get there. As you rise out, you come into this other room, and what do you call it's behind you? Edom says, I think we're in the tumbler room. I think we're in the tumbler room, and you guys come out of this behind that. It appears that it's behind some of these stacked algae terraforming containers that are there, and um, you hear, the carcinid that was Dr. Ziegler previously. You hear him, the echoes of him making noises in that cryo vault, breaking open those other tubes of Kark specimens and human Kark hybrids, and you maybe start to hear the scuttling and scratching of this crab coming and crawling quickly, maybe quicker than your large frame permits, as you make your way up and rise into this room known as the tumblers. You see a mechanical room that's roaring so loud it's impossible to hear a scream. But good news for you, it'll be too loud for you to hear the shriek of the carcinoid as well. You come up behind a stack of these terraform algae containers, which is sort of, we're in front of the ventilation thing, and you see that you're in this room on which there's a walkway, a catwalk that seems to have controls up the top of it, and Edom says, up there is the controls. I can spray chemicals in the labs, and it's an antibacterial spray. It's really rough stuff. And um, he says there's also a hatch here that could lead to the stairs that go down to the reactor. And that hatch is essentially directly over that stairwell that leads down to the thing. Oh, I didn't change your picture. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't change the picture. Yeah, so you crawled.
Theater of the mind. It's okay.
Yeah, so you crawled from room 8 into 9. You came up behind this stack of algae there, the containers, and you see the walkway here as well, with these ladders that are going up on it, and then there's this hatch here that he says leads to the stairwell leading down to the reactor core or the tumbler spillway.
Okay. Can I slide this box in front of this the entrance I just came out of? Can I push that back so it blocks that exit?
Yeah, I mean, let's see how fast you can do it. If you pass your strength roll, you do it in one foul sweep. If not, it may take a few minutes longer.
You think I can add to that? Had to move a lot of big things in the military. Can I add my military training?
Oh, yeah. Athletics you got too, I'm pretty sure.
I don't have it. So
Oh, you're not a Marine, that's right.
45, yeah. 45 I'm shooting for. So let's try that first. Yes. Let's slam it back against it.
Oh, that's a critical success. You not only slam it against it, you seem to wedge it well into the vent cover. And
I'm kind of thinking about myself here. So I would like to run and go out this door here, and go back down to the lab we came out of, because I'm hoping that the big thing is going into 8 and is trying to get the thing. And I saw he had some notes and some kind of vaccine or something he was working on. I want to go and go grab that as quickly as I can while this is busy in the other room.
Okay, so you run out of that far hall, that far doorway that's down by the elevator shaft. Run down to the eastern end, enter into room 6, make your way through, and like I said, there's all kinds of equipment in here. You think that, the Edom had told you that they could probably make some kind of coating with the synthesis material. If you want to stay in there, it'll probably take some hours to get that done. But yeah, that you had left. You look up because you remember hearing you're hearing what Edom said about being able to spray this chamber, and you do see that there's chlorine spray containers or systems all above on the ceilings. And you left him in that control room, but he could go walk up on that thing. But just so you're aware, there are things in here that can hurt you. But what do you want to do while you have access to these rooms, apparently all by yourself?
I want to grab. Ziegler had some stuff he was working on, and that doxorubicin, and
Okay.
he had been mixing that. I want to grab the samples he was working with, and any that I see, and all the notes he had been taking on that.
Okay, you're able to grab those notes. You've already been told what they said about the doxorubicin, and you're able to grab a rather large container. Let me see what I got in here for you. Am I double micing?
No, you're good.
Sounds like an echo. Roll, please. Yeah, you're actually able to grab a container of what appears to be hydrofluoric acid. It's a 5-gallon jug. So it's, you figure, what's that, 30 pounds, right? The gallon's what, 6 pounds?
8 pounds.
8 pounds? Yeah, so you got like a 40 pound 5-gallon jug you're full of hydrofluoric acid if you want to take that.
Yep, going to grab that too. So anything I think is useful, I'm going to grab as quickly as possible, and then I'm going to exit this. I don't want that thing to notice I'm here, and I don't want him to get trigger happy and spray chlorine everywhere.
Okay. As you get back and you run back to the room where...
Yeah, and I'm gonna see if I can shut this door to 6 if possible, and then run back in there where he's at.
6, I believe, was the door that you broke.
I thought the one outside 7 was the one I
Was
broke.
it? Okay, I may be wrong. No worries. Yeah, so yeah, you're able to close that shut with the capstan twirl, and you're lugging around this 5-gallon cooler jug of fluid, and you make it back into the room. And like I said, it's just a cacophonous roar in there, and Edom gets up to you real close. He's telling you more. He's just trying to really sort of disassociate himself with all responsibility, it sounds like. And he's like, the company wants to cart DNA. That's all they care about. They're like a sentient cancer. We call them carts because of this concept, carcinization. The idea that everything is slowly evolving into crab-like forms. You see, it's everywhere. Nature never stops trying. Even here. Millions of light years from home, nature's still trying.
Okay, well, I have the research, so that's fine. I understand.
The carts are what we should have been. They're the inheritors of the universe.
Okay,
That's
now
not
you're
like,
going crazy.
Jurassic
You've
Park.
been infected too?
No, I didn't have anything to do with this. I was just here trying to get study. And the
Okay, well,
company,
once
they
you
let me.
sterilize the lab. Can you climb up there and sterilize that lab like you said?
Yeah, and he does. He runs up there, and you see him put his car key on, and he sets a decontamination sequence. You hear an overhead countdown starting to go in. 10, 9. Exit areas 6, 7, and 8. antibacterial chlorine spray will be sprayed, and um, you see as he does this though, and this noise is just ripping through it. He engages it, and the chlorine spray you assume is being sprayed in those other rooms. Just as you hear that, you hear a large boom, boom, as something's crashing into those algae containers that you just pushed in there. And what do you want to do?
Get the hell out of here.
How you gonna get out of there?
Well, I'm not going to go that way. I don't particularly want to go down. I'm going to go back up the elevator over here. That seems the safest way to go.
Okay, well, let's see if it is.
And while I'm riding the elevator up, listening to the girl from Ipanema or something, you know, I'm going to be looking through my notes. I'm going to be looking through those notes to see what he was trying to accomplish with this doxorubicin hydrofluoric acid mix.
Okay. You are actually able to get into the elevator, and you know the electricity's still running in here. I mean, from that, when those guys were down, you don't really know, but yeah, the ones that are in the reactor core are thinking that they're watching the rising flood waters based on their original estimates. They're thinking there might be like a half hour before this reactor just shuts down. This place goes totally dark, and you make your way up through the elevator, back through the travels, and make your way to the main garage where you find the remnants of the survivors there. We're going to move back to our players in the reactor core and see how they make out there.
Yeah, I'm going to be reading through his notes about what he hoped to
I gotcha.
accomplish.
Yeah, just to say this to the rest of you guys down here in the reactor core room, if we go back, those without reactor suits would probably melt.
Yeah, we're team science and team fuck.
I'm looking around.
So they're doing great. They're doing great down there, and I know that they're going to have this reactor fixed anytime now. I have faith in them.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
I like
So,
Sergeant and Colonel. Retreat. And I'm looking around. Is there any like closet or anything that there'd be hazmat suits in that I might know of?
you can spend the time looking, but I don't believe there's anything in here.
Bugs first.
Yeah, aren't they still like actively trying to kill us?
Yeah, they are actively trying to kill you. And the last thing that occurred was, I believe, Nabokov had been sprayed with the explosive remains of a carcinid. Our Teamster was trying to shoot lead bullets. Did you throw that roll on that?
Yeah, I did. I missed.
And I think Max Planck had told Sergeant Valdez to use the flamethrower, which she pyromaniacally did, appearing to only dry the outside cover of that thing before the combined efforts of everyone seemed to crack it, and the grenade creating the destruction to that one. So the guy over here is in bad shape. He does have new arms seeming to form from his wound. This guy is hanging on, and you know what? The mothership is so deadly. I'll let you go first. So let's start with. I'm going to hear what everybody wants to do, and then we'll resolve. So, Sergeant Valdez, what would you like to do? Would you like to use your flamethrower again, or like to switch up? Maybe use your pulse rifle?
I was gonna say the flamethrower didn't seem to really do anything useful, did it?
Other than dry its back, you weren't aware of anything. I don't think. I mean, this thing is precariously holding on to to the to the railing there. You can anything you want to try. It's your game there, Sergeant. Sergeant.
Corporal, you got the other one?
Max playing.
What does that mean?
No, Corporal not.
You got the other one?
Yeah, the other cart that's like on y'all versus the one that's on the railing right in front of my face.
The one that's currently on the railing, that's on the railing on sort of the inside area, right? Or is it on the railing by us now?
It's on the railing hanging over the water, and
Like,
it's in
could,
front.
Could people go past it, or is it?
Oh, you
No,
mean this
it
one here?
jumped.
No,
It's the one that jumped for me, hit the wall, and then bounced back and grabbed the railing.
yeah, this one here is right on the the landing here with you guys, and you guys are
Right.
you're
So,
you're,
so
you're the
that's one-
closest.
That's the one I'm facing. How
Yeah.
about the other one? Like, could everyone get to the door over to the far left? Or would they sort of be?
Well, as long as the crowd doesn't try and stop you, you can certainly the door was closed because I remember one of you specifically said to close it, so that is closed. So the door will have to be opened, and you'll have to get make maybe a speed check to get past him if he's not already attacking. But yeah, you have one next to you that has just been blown up, shot, and is rather angry, staring rather precipitously at you.
Basically, I'm saying, do you mind if you shoot that one? I'm gonna deal with the one that's on the railing that tried to go for me and missed, and I'm gonna see if I can do something about that one.
I mean, so Navigov is gonna be like, I think you should go, but she'll if Navigov is gonna basically fire at the one in front of her.
You guys are going to get eaten. You do all this talking, you're going to get eaten. I'm telling you, my games, that talking gets causes they eaten. All right, so you shoot at her. Throw that combat roll with your. You're using the pulse rifle, I assume.
Okay.
Combat with military training.
That's an 8.
Very good
All
combat
right.
rolls.
All right, throw me your 3d10.
Yeah. Well, this is the post. Oh, all right. This post rifle damage. There we go.
30.
That's good. 14.
Okay, let me find out what the next person does before we resolve the
Yeah.
beast. Max Planck, vomiting, burn eyeball, straw-filled scarecrow.
I'm telling
What do
everybody,
you want to do?
retreat, everybody. We can't win here. And I'm gonna throw my grenade at this one, the top one.
Which one?
Top one.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Throw that combat roll with your added military training or athletics, whichever you prefer.
So 58 I need.
Maybe the old days watching the Toronto Blue Jays get their
Oh.
asses beat every. Oh well, I'm sorry. I went from IRL, didn't I?
93.
You see what the Phillies are doing to the Mets? Anyway, 93. Oh, that grenade. Good thing we're not playing Cthulhu. That grenade just seems to roll. You threw it a little too hard. Your fastball. There was a little knuckle curve on that fastball, and it sort of. It went into the water, and you see this loud explosive come up out of the water, and oh no, but it seems like the flooding's maybe gotten worse now. And we still have 2 people that have yet to act. We'll go to our teamster next, Mr. Cornelius Fratterman.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to use my rigging gun against the one on the top. Hopefully, if I do pin it down, it won't be able to get any closer to these fellas.
Okay.
I've only got 1 shot, so here goes nothing.
Yeah, I think you're fine. functionally shooting a harpoon.
Yay! Yeah, but the thing with the ringing gun is got a special effect with it. It pins him down, and it has to remove it, which causes more damage and bleeding.
Yeah, it's basically a harpoon.
Yeah, that's why I'm careful about using it.
Okay.
One
You fire this thing, and it's a straight shot. You look like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, about to split your own arrow. And only problem is when that metal weapon. Oh no. This guy's carapace is broken. I apologize. Throw me the damage on that.
Also, he has to do a body save or become entangled.
Okay.
Yay. I gotta win.
You're lucky his carapace was broken, or it wouldn't have worked.
Guess I am lucky.
And it only does 1d10 damage plus the other function.
Yes, but now he has
I
to
got
make
you,
that body.
I got you. And Nabokov, you did 14 points. Yes, 19. And you took 2, 20. All right. Why don't you tell me how you killed that bonus, man?
Oh, I killed this?
Hell yeah!
Like a nervous aim from the Moby Dick. I aim it on you. You think I look like a heroic figure right inside of here? I go boom, boom, ooh. Like death metal music in my head. I'm like going, it's like slow motion for me. Like goes like through its like if you see the animation where the little nostril is between the things.
Oh yeah, that's like
It goes
asking
like
to
right
shoot.
down. Like harpoons it like Moby Dick.
Hell yeah.
And you see the as the Carcinoid makes its final death alligator-like roll. It wraps itself in the cord, falls over the edge of the station, and pulls down. You feel the gun pull from your hands. Do you try and hold on?
Well, I mean, it shoots a harpoon, so I'm not feeling it's a cord. It's like a microfilament, so it gets tangled or something. So I'd imagine its limbs would keep it from wobbling off into the water.
Really, Pop, it's dead.
The thing is, the monofilament's still attached to your gun. It's there's maybe a release button to release the monofilament, but it is a rigging gun. It stays attached to your gun. An arrow flying with a line with no anchor is pretty much useless. So, like I said, as this thing rolled up, it rolled over into the water. You feel the gun pulling from your hands. Do you let the gun go? Do you try and quickly release the monofilament? What do you do?
Like, I'm gonna fall in the pool. It's not like there's more carcinoids inside the water, right?
They're very... I'm pretty sure there is. It's basically either lose the gun
Or your teamster.
I'll find it. I imagine the gun has like a release mechanism on it.
Yeah,
Right. Well, you can attempt that. Like I said, do you want to try and attempt it? Do you want to try and keep the gun and release the monofilament?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
do you-
gonna release
All
the
right.
monofilament and just like hit the collect.
Give me that speed roll, sir. Because this is all happening so quick. Give me that speed roll. And I will allow. You have military? No. What do you have as your training skills?
I have industrial equipment, 0G, and computers, but that ain't gonna help me at this moment. so I'm
No.
guessing
I
the
think
harpoon
you're
just
shit
got him
out
down.
of luck on your own. Just a speed roll, sir.
Did you succeed?
Well, hold on. It says I rolled a 39,
Yes.
Yep.
and since it's industrial, technically this would be industrial equipment. I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I
you know
mean,
what?
Speed is 40
A rigging gun is less of a weapon and more of industrial equipment. I will allow that. And
You succeed.
you
did.
succeeded anyway. Your speed was 40, so you were fine.
There's
Yeah,
no
so-
shot.
You're able to, click the dislocation button for the monofilament. It drops. It whips. You hear it sizzling through the air as it gets pulled down to the depths of the chamber there.
No, quick question:
And-
is the harpoon released, or the entire harpoon fell down with mono?
The harpoon is stuck in the crab. The crab is wrapped up in the monofilament. It was attached to your gun until you hit the release button, and then everything, the crab, the harpoon, and the monofilament, all floated to Davy Jones's locker.
Okay, that makes me
Get
really
another
sad.
You can get another harpoon.
Yeah, where in a fucking terraforming? This is only
Well,
harpoon is
no.
kind of like
Not
irregular.
not here, but it is theoretically possible in the world in which we live to get another harpoon. Still, at least have the thing with which to shoot them. So I call that like a partial win.
And Sergeant Valdez, you are the last to act.
Ah! So
Shoot the car kid.
say that one more time.
Shoot the car kid.
Yeah, that was what I was planning to do. I was gonna say y'all handle the one that you just
He's dead.
fucking deleted. Oh my god, I still can't get over the fact that they're just going repeatedly.
It's springtime on Sepsis 6, you see.
Well, it's reading time, apparently.
Love is in the air. So exciting and free.
Hello.
Yeah, I love the animated things you have on
Kill
here.
us already.
I'm gonna shoot this. I'm gonna shoot this one thing because I don't trust our ability to outrun it.
Throw a
All
grenade down its mouth.
And I'm going to allow that you are right up on it, right there, because, it was going for your head and it just fell back over you. So throw me that. Oh, you don't even have to throw me that. You
Really?
want to
With
try?
single digit rolls. Like, my god. That is so lucky. This is the best the Marines have done so far.
You want to throw that again, see if you get a crit?
Oh, do I get advantage?
I was going to give you advantage, yeah, so throw it again.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Throw it once again.
Oh shit! I
You got
did get a crit.
Oh my
And
god.
you did get a crit.
Wow.
Really
Awesome.
blowing the luck today.
So,
This is why I need to play Marines more often. My characters tend to be more dangerous than I intend for them to be.
why don't you roll me your 3d10 damage?
Good. That's fine.
Ooh, that's good.
17. Oh, not as high as its armor for your number, though.
Oh, you're
What?
actually kidding me.
It's got armor 20.
Fucking shit, man.
Yeah, it's a bitch. That's why I kind of let you guys all do a team damage before. I thought it made sense, and especially the way Mothership says to resolve the whole crew and then, do it that way. I think it makes sense. These guys are pretty deadly to begin with, but you do have a crit. Although it appears that your pulse rifle, literally took some chunks out of it, broke off pieces of like pointy crab shell, maybe bits of his claw, and that claw that was so precariously hanging on to the reactor railing broke off with that critical roll, and he falls into its belly, and you guys will have either an opportunity to attack as it's floating on its back, doing a little backswim, or you can certainly get the block out of here.
Doesn't
Oh.
critical roll do more damage?
Remember, let me look actually.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's
Yeah, because I would imagine it would do more damage if it was a critical for damage.
I think it does max damage.
So that would be a 30 then.
I think so. Let's just check. Let me double check that. I think you're right there, dude.
Yeah, it's been actual.
Played a lot of games since I'm rock and roll. See, armor and cover damage. Crit, 1 wound damage. It's not on here, right?
I love how Mothership knowledge is spread all over the place in the rule books.
Yeah, it is a starter kit, so first hack at it. Advantage, this is criticals. Whenever you roll doubles, result is special. Very good happens. Nope. Sorry.
They don't say anything specific.
It's on the
about
very back
it.
page, guys, of the manual.
That sucks.
Okay.
But I did give you some. I did give you something good to happen. That it actually. It
You
gave
blew
you
its
the thing.
crawl off and it fell into the water. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
real.
on the water on its back, and it's going to take a minute for it to right itself if it even can. So we have the opportunity to either shoot it and it can't fight back, or GTFO.
I should just shoot it. Like, you guys don't have radiation suits, and it'd be safer just to try to go the underwater passage.
Cornelius, you're supposed to be on your way up to the orbital platform.
Yeah, through the tunnel of. I
Has he ever listened to anyone? He hasn't listened to anyone since. He hasn't listened to you once, Lieutenant Max Planck.
No, I
And
know.
he clearly
I think
stated
it's
that
better if
all
he
he
said-
heard was
You're just
metal.
talking to yourself.
Clearly
now.
stated
I
when
was
you
gonna
asked
say,
that.
Is he
Death metal.
still like? Is he still like not like paying attention? Okay? Is he still just like seemingly like off in his own world?
Yeah, he seems like a junkie or something. He just.
Well, yeah, he's listening to death metal. You can hear it outside of his helmet. It's so
I
loud.
can't really hear it. You see the vibration.
It's
He
paranoid.
literally looks like Beavis or Butthead going.
So what Sergeant Valdez is gonna do in this situation?
Give him the old share routine.
Yeah, I'd like to see you do something.
Just gonna roll her eyes, like grab like I mean he's whatever. Is his hazmat suit fucked?
No, I think he's in good shape actually, isn't there? Aren't you, Corny?
He won't take his helmet off for nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna like do the thing, put the faceplate, my helmet against yours, so that the sound will transmit through that because sound physics. And I'll be like, you gonna fucking help me?
And you start hearing this music. Don't call me dude. Don't call me dude. But yeah, you hear her ripping through the death metal. What are you gonna do there, Corny?
Well, hilariously enough, through the confusion, if you look through Sergeant Novikov, is that her name? And, no, that's not the name. Sergeant Valdez's
Valdez.
point of view, you just kind of see that up close personal view, and it's like on the nose and the eyes are super wide apart, and Corn's like, ugh. She's getting really close. Uncomfortable.
That's the point.
I guess I'll shoot the bug again.
Either shoot the we gotta get this thing done so that we can get in the water and go do the thing we came here to do.
A save roll from the intimidation from the scary lady. Well, I'm guessing firing my submachine gun again. She kind of fucked me up at the moment she got close to me. Cornelius is still a virgin, unfortunately, and he hasn't had much luck in college. And so far,
Girly Pop, I ain't coming on to you. I'm trying to get shit done.
well, Cornelius is just fresh out of college. You're getting a bit too close in his personal space.
If it gets the message across.
Well, what message are you trying to get across?
Shoot the fucking thing.
Get your head in the game. Get your head in the
I'm
game.
gonna go with the Beavis and Butthead impression. I'm just staring blankly as my helmet's vibrating.
All right, so your turn is skipped. What do you want to do, Sergeant Valdez? Do you want to fire into this thing?
Yeah.
All right, fire away, girl.
He's on his back going. Oh, why wouldn't I take the opportunity to? That's probably like the soft underbelly.
Yeah.
I'll let you throw with advantage.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
yes.
How'd you do? Success?
17.
17.
All right, throw that 3d10.
And my combat is 48. I like this. I need to be a Marine more often. Note to self.
I heard all that complaining before the game. Oh, what was it? At least some zero-sum probability theory of you being a Marine and all this back and forth. And look at you. You're reveling it. You're vertically glowing.
harassing
Well,
Teamsters just out of college.
Or you end up
Floating.
like Max over there, who's like almost ripped in half and puking his guts out. So it's according to how you look at it for the Marines.
Max Planck is starting to look like Max School from Fallout.
What up, smooth skin?
I'll turn up my light all the way. I am in fact now glowing. We turned that down a bit. I'm a little bit too white for this.
White girl.
For another dimmer switch.
Wait till you see me in August, guys. I'm like brown. So what are you gonna do there, Fancy Pants? Miss Sergeant Valdez?
I just shot it for 14 damage.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was drifting. My bad. Okay, 14. Your pulse rifle. I gotta do my math here. Oh, you didn't do anything. Okay. You see those rounds just go into its belly, and again, it appears to just absorb them. They go into the carapace of the underbelly, and it just seems to the energy from the pulse just seems to disperse against them. But we still got other guys that are going to attack. Max, are you going to attack? We'll see if their combined damage can help bring this down.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it. Well, I'm gonna throw a grenade right at its chest.
Ooh.
Throw that fucking grenade.
Jed loves his grenades.
Are you going to underhand it?
Yeah, this time I'll underhand it.
Just lob it on there?
Grenade safety, kids.
26. Did it.
All right, throw your damage for that as well. And Corporal Nabokov, what do you want to do?
Well, shit, 26.
I mean, do I still have a
Oh, that does
grenade?
damage.
3d10.
You got whatever you want. You got grenades.
Well, will I do damage to other people, or is this thing down far enough that I can throw a grenade at it without?
Well,
anyone
the
else
water
walking
may absorb it. I mean, you just saw Max throw a grenade, and it's all kind of in the same motion. You guys are all moving at the same time. Maybe your experience makes you think that the water will absorb some of the explosive concussion.
That's fine. Okay, so where do I want to be here? Okay, yes, stat roll. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna throw another grenade. Because yeah.
Are you going to throw underhand too?
I got 23 damage on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
23 and 14 so far.
Actually, it's grenade. Is the grenade 3d6 the same as the pulse rifle?
3d10.
3d10, both of them are.
Well, I'm just gonna shoot the pulse rifle then. I'm not gonna charge
Okay.
the grenade. Okay.
Okay, that's wild to
Stat
me.
save roll.
Pulse rifle's a pretty bad weapon. Pretty good weapon.
Oh no!
Oh,
my
you're
God.
kidding me! Not
Damn.
again!
That was amazing. Okay,
Oh,
that's the criticalist of critical fails.
Well, take a stress for that.
Okay.
Very foolish.
We'll get back to
I
you.
haven't been taking stress. Yeah.
We'll get back to you on that crit in a second.
Okay.
But you guys, the two of yous, and because the Teamster didn't fire, he was gesticulating too much. You guys did 37 points of damage. So it looks like you blew off the belly of the thing, just blew off. But immediately as guts splay out, they come out with the explosion. They're spraying mix of blood and goo and water, just spraying all over all these. You're all living sample specimens now, and but this thing still has life in them, and the pulse rifle, as you fire it, explodes. And give me a speed roll, Sergeant Nabokov, to see if you're able to, as it starts to sizzle and almost like an old black powder gun. It's the breech is sizzling, and what do you want to do?
Someone forgot basic maintenance.
Eat it.
Do you want to throw the gun? Do you want to hold on to it and hope for the best? Nabokov?
Well, I want to.
Guns
Well, you-
must
you-
fucking explode, dude.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna throw the gun. Yeah.
throw it into the water. All right, throw me that speed. Throw me that speed roll, sir.
Okay. Yeah,
And you know what? I'll
we're
give you advantage. I'll give you advantage with this because you know your gun well. You are the trigger happy crazy bitch on the crew, and you sleep with that gun. I mean, I don't know what you named it. It made me name the girl's name or a man's name, but it's got your lover's name. It's like you treat it like your lover, and you know that
Okay.
gun. So
I'm gonna roll to have you stop talking. There we go.
You're about to go through a nasty divorce if it's your lover.
That's a 13. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. So that worked.
that's a success. Yeah. So you're able to throw the gun, and as it breaches the water, you just see it sort of create this large pulse and light up the entire chamber. And your pulse rifle is no more, sir. That being said, like I said, that crab is in bad shape, and it appears to have swum down depth. You hear this sound open. It sounds like as he goes below the water. This loud, almost sounds like some kind of garage door opening, like. But it doesn't sound mechanical. It sounds almost organic, like a armpit fart, or two cheeks slapping together. It just sounds viscous and organic. And yeah, you hear this, and you guys are standing in the reactor core. Some of you are significantly affected by their radiation level. Has anyone else received damage? I don't think either the Teamster did nor Sergeant Valdez, correct? No damage? Right? So you guys have a choice. Do you back out through the cooling tower and make your way up, climb your way up to the top level of the cooling tower? Do you make your way into the water where you know there is a definitive hatch for a stairway leading up to level 10, I believe, where you might find the garage and the main level of the terraforming station? Or once again, do you want to inspect this sucking sound that sounded like a siren song luring you to the depths and maybe your death? And guys, I'll take that decision from you next week.
All right.
Full on combat.
That was a fun combat. It's
Super fun.
So,
those things are absolutely deadly.
yeah, and the place isn't too nice to use either.
The first session I show up, we fucking some of my squad. I guess my squad, or at least people I'm vaguely friendly with, are now very much deceased. I freaked out a Teamster, and now two of my other friends are literally melting.
Well, in your defense, it doesn't take much to freak out the Teamster, I assure you.
Oh, he's definitely right. They had me on edge. They set me off over the edge during the beginning. So yeah, I'm on edge at all times.
He's just out of school and he don't know what the fuck he even went to college for now.
That is so true.
He's trying to block everything out.
Yeah, we had a whole group of veterans, and he just showed up, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm just out of college. He tells us as we're walking in this place.
And don't forget, you guys can be in communication with Dr. Jonathan Anders, to maybe bring him to you, or maybe find a way out. He's on the main level somewhere, and you guys got to figure out what's going on. But there's maybe some of this fear and this ongoing flooding, which I'd say there's maybe only a half hour left before the facility starts to truly flood. You're gonna find out the storm increases.
Is
You
there
know.
anything we can like? What are we down here to do?
Well, there is. If you look at your notes again, there are your original job description, which was to get the terraforming station communications up and running, get the terraforming back online. Uh, you know, find Lieutenant Commander Kaplan, Second Lieutenant Commander Kaplan, who was the head military guy here. They did find him on the first day dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound to his head and the signs of infection on his skin. You've also had in your job description to retrieve the research that was being done on the Carstens, particularly Dr. Edam's research, and it was made clear that the research was the only thing that was required. And the same thing with the artificial intelligence officer, Hinton, who is the third in command. And what is required by the company of him is not his physical asset, but only his logic core. You guys, oh, well, actually, you were here, Miss Valdez, for a while, but the crew that came in as the cleanup crew, the repair crew, they took 3 months to get here, and they were only given 2 months of pay and a month of hazard pay. So they're already working for free, it seems to me. But you know, some have argued that cryo sleep doesn't count as pay scale. So that's where we sit and what you may have missed.
So
Go
have
ahead.
we like fixed the?
He ain't fixed shit.
I tried to, but then they
Yeah.
tried to remove my helmet. I shot back. I tried to shoot Max Plant. I missed. And
Trying to
Well, you're not too sure if what you were trying to fix would have been the end all be all of fixing. The main, as was made present to, or made obvious to everyone, the main communications array and orbital relay was across the dam on the tower, the communication tower, which Her Majesty's medic.
it's
Brooklyn?
hospital.
Hospital medic. Yeah, hospital medic 3 Brookman had argued that the best thing to do is to get signals out and tell them what the fuck was going on here. You guys really still haven't, you know, maybe learned all there is, but you don't forget you do have that locator of Hinton.
Foreman third class.
Hospital corpsman, yeah.
Third class. Which
Yeah. And I forget who, I think it may have been Dr. John Anderson, who had the locator, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
Max
everything.
Planck has, Max Planck has the locator.
Okay. And that was showing that Hinton is somewhere up in the northern mountains above the terraforming station, above the dam.
but for whatever reason,
He's been, you guys heard some rumors. He's been, you know, down in the labs by himself. He's down in the reactor a lot by himself. Always seems
yeah,
to
all the
be doing, you know, he doesn't sleep, so.
people that just got like offed by the Carsonids were saying that he was down there or something like that.
And that he shot Glockner, and that he pulled Kadir and Dr. Jensen down into the water, into the tunnels.
Yeah. So so apparently we're supposed to try to fix some kind of pump. It seems, according to what I
Well,
read.
here at the reactor, I think you've already determined that the reactor shot.
It's
You
all
guys,
beyond.
yeah, there was an upriver pumping station, which would have relieved some of the flow coming into the reactor core, and there was also a spillway control, which would have relieved some of the pressure coming into the reactor core. All of these, I mean, even the non-teamsters could look at this equipment and these control panels and tell that they were just, you know, foobarred.
So, plot-wise, they're always going to be Fubard.
You know, and actually, let me just say one thing to that question, so I don't spoil things and try and be a little circumspect with you. But do you remember in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when they meet the knight, and there's all those options in front of them, and you guys sort of had a myriad of options when you landed at the Heron terraforming station, and I gave you could do 2 of the 3 missions which are off or to you. And let me just say, in vain of Indiana, you chose poorly.
Ah, so we didn't do the recommended side quests first.
So
Shit's gonna hit the fan no matter what you did, though. But
yeah, basically the actual thing that I initially thought would avert crisis is not doable. So we just need to save the people that it supposedly took and GTFO.
well, you got to get now. I would think you guys are thinking about saving your own asses and getting the hell off the planet.
I'm thinking about saving my people. I don't know what these
Well,
people
yeah.
are thinking about.
Your main objective, I think, going into the reactor was not only to control the reactor core and keep everything operational, but as a Marine, you were going after your boys. I mean, that was your main drive. Not that the correction and the repair wasn't, but your main drive is certainly your people. Marines tend to be like that, but and that's how they wrote her in the book. But
yeah, I like to think that she's very much the cool sergeant, I guess. At least the one that's not an asshole. We'll get on your case if you deserve it, but is
I think it's a lot easier for her to fall into that role too, because she wasn't in a command position prior to the attrition of officers, and coming up from the ranks, you sort of have a sort of corps d'esprit with the others, maybe.
Yeah, I like to think she's firm, kind of, when she needs to be, but
I like to think she's firm too.
I stay firm but fair.
You didn't even hear me good.
I'm purposefully choosing not to acknowledge it.
Good.
Sorry, something, Maddie.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun.
Yeah, thanks for running that, man. I'm enjoying it too, and I'm thinking myself that since we're dying of radiation, we got to get the hell out of here. I'm thinking, let's go to the orbital relay and try and get a signal back to the ship and get the hell off this planet. But then, that's one option. But then I got the locator. We can go into the mountains too. So that's option 2. I could say we got 2 options.
The power is going to go out in half hour, so that means the orbiter relay station is not going to work soon.
Well, if you're the teamster, you may be able to jury rig something just to get some power somehow, a little spurt of power into the relay instead of signal.
Unfortunately, I don't have the jury rig skill, and I can't fix the problem of lack of power.
I do.
Well, we have ATVs. We have ATVs that we can take over there to provide power. We can hook it straight to them.
It's a small bridge, and they're just crawling with carts.
Well,
Drive over them.
You do recall, and you can use the APVs as weaponized vehicles. They're essentially a cark in themselves with their AP. But you do recall in that, having this discussion now, you do recall that in the first garage, you found a backup gas run generator. So
yeah, there was a generator.
Who knows what's all over this, terraforming base.
Then you better get upstairs quickly to weld certain key doors before they start unlocking themselves.
I have a terrible thought. I have an idea that's absolutely objectively terrible, but also kind of makes sense. Send the people that are fucking dying up to go try to get a message out so they can get out of the radiation and stop being exposed to the shit that's actively killing them. And then the people that aren't actively dying maybe go down and save the other dudes.
Well, I think Bonus Man kept making comments during the game that were pretty concise about the fact that they have to find a way out. I mean, if you go out through the, he clearly stated a few times that if you go out through the cooling tunnel, it's chock full of radiation. You're not really sure what's down below. You're currently in, a radiated chamber, but maybe if you go into the water, somehow maybe it's radiation. You get behind lead doors. There's hatches down there. I don't know. Maybe you guys find a quicker way out.
Okay,
Oh,
so they
well,
don't
I
have
only
to
have one
get
suit, so one of you is dying if we're going through the cooling tower.
Yeah, so I like this idea of attempting to find the tunnels, because honestly, that made Epsilon curious. If there's a secret tunnel through the mountain in a reactor, secret tunnel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I don't know if tunnels in those carks are good together.
Yeah, well, I don't want to
It's
see Max
underwater.
Planck turn into a ghoul.
Oh no, man. I think it's. I mean, our other options are, we get fucked up by card larvae, or y'all die like very quickly to radiation. So
Well, technically, two of them will die, or one of them, depending on which one fights for the spare hazmat suit.
yeah. Well, either way, someone's gonna get definitely going to die. Versus secret third option, which has the non-zero probability of nobody dies immediately.
Well, I got to roll every round, and right now I'm dying in 5 days, and then next round I'm gonna roll again. If I get a 1, then I die in 1 day, right? So I got to get out of here now.
No. You
Lethal
uh,
dose.
you only do it once. You got
You're dead.
Yeah.
But you
It's a
never know.
body save every round, or you get the lethal.
Hey
rate.
guys, what was that chemical you guys were talking about? Do you remember the deoxyribonucleic?
Hey, doxorubicin.
Also known as the Red Devil, apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm reading all up on the research on that and what he's doing with it too. So see where that goes.
Yeah.
Guys, well, listen.
Fix it.
Yeah.
I think
Fix
it's
the
been a good
crap.
night, and after we finish this one, I have something special planned for the channel. It's Charlie Don't Surf, Call Cthulhu adventure set in Vietnam, and I just played it last week. It rocked my world, dude. And I have the paper copy. It's going to be a combination of 7E with some old rules as well. So it's going to be a little funky, and I hope I can do it justice. But I'm really excited to run it because
Good. I got a good overlay for that game.
all right, it was a good book. So we'll get that up sometime, maybe late summer or something. We're gonna take a break after this. Get
I'll
some
have to
fishing
check.
done.
I'll have to watch because I've never played. I don't want to try. I think I will be way in over my head if I try to learn.
But
Whack.
Cthulhu,
It's
Yeah.
super easy.
Cthulhu's
it's
nothing.
very-
It's a joke. It's easy. You'll have no
It's
problem.
basically just like this, as a matter of fact. You just roll percentages for stuff. That's it.
Yeah, it's a D100, and there's no crunchiness really. You really don't want to fight more than anything, just like this.
Yeah,
You're
you
gonna
run away.
die.
Yeah. It's a very easy to learn system, and it's easier to learn playing than it is to try to read it.
Yeah, every
It's
single
super
role playing book's confusing as hell, isn't it?
Yeah, the 7E ones are really confusing, but they put a lot of stuff into it, and it's they just need like one section goes, okay, these are the rules we actually need. These are all optional.
Well, I'd like to thank the chat tonight. Our main chatters there, Australius, Traumatic Soul, thank you. And as always, Murky, thank you so much. You're always here. Thank you. You have a great night.
Perky
And
Murky.
get some sleep.
Hell yeah.
And
Peace out, folks.
we'll see you next week for The Walking Dead on next Tuesday. Bye-bye, everybody.
Yeah, Wolfkin's on Friday, right?
Wolfkins is the following Thursday, yeah.
All right. Thanks, all.
Bye-bye.